Alright guys, so I know I haven't been doing much on the 96 kswap project we got going on. I've been working away at the K24A2 motor. I didn't really get much video of me putting it together, but here it is together. The head is torqued. We went with the ARP Skunk 2 Racing head studs. Sorry, I don't know why I said ARP. Probably because the stuff they send us was ARP lube, so I kind of just assume they're the same brand studs, but I could be wrong. Heads all torqued. We went with the OEM head gasket. No reason to upgrade them. These hold up great with boost. Completely stock motor, besides this upgraded chain guide, upgraded chain, timing chain. It's a Tota. Type S oil pump to get rid of the balance shafts. That's the OEM one. See how big and bulky that is? You also get rid of a little weight. That just allows the motor to be able to rev up higher. I'm gonna go ahead right now and start applying the 3-bond to the front cover to mate it to the motor and seal it up, and then we're gonna take the time and mate the trans to the motor and mock it up in the engine bay with the EK2 mounts that we got. I'll show you guys how I apply my 3-bond. So that side's done. You want to go ahead and do the same to this other side. Don't forget to get this guy as well. Just like that. And once you put the front cover on, you'll have to get the bottom edge for the oil pan and hit the corners up top for the valve cover, and you should be all set. So let's slap this on. You want to be careful not to get the crank seal Grab my bolts. Not so easy to line this up. There we go. Just keep constant pressure on the front cover. It's gonna move around a little, but once you get a couple started, you'll be fine. Grab the rest of them and I'll just start threading them in by hand. I'm all started by hand. Now those are going to be 10 millimeters. Start at the bottom corners. And the torque spec on these, I can't see it being more than 9 or 10 foot-pounds, but I just like to use a good old German tight. You know, good and tight. You know, just feel it out. Don't crank them, but don't leave them loose. Somewhere in the middle. Alright, the front cover is in place. We're gonna go ahead and install this cover for the timing chain tensioner. So we're gonna get some 3-bond adhesive on that. just like that. We'll take our 3 bolts that go to this cover. Put this in place. Snug these up. So you guys see that nice even RTV or 3-bond, whatever you're using, how it's even along the cover after placing this cover on? That's what you want to see on both sides. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want it going into your guides and chain, but you want to put enough on there so it does make a proper seal all the way around and you're not having to worry about oil leaks later down the road. You know, take your time and do it right the first time so you're not having to waste your time later having to rip it back apart. Alright guys, I'm gonna put this sensor in, and then I'm gonna start mocking up the mounts in the shell. So we got the EK2 mounts right here from Hasport. They are the 70A urethane mounts. I believe they were categorized as racing mounts. As you guys can see, they had 4 different mount options you could get. I think the race is what we went with, and those should be more than enough for this thing. This is the turbo we just picked up as well from my buddy Jesse. It's a GT35, so that should look pretty nice here. Once the engine's in place with the trans, we're gonna get a sidewinder manifold, so this turbo will be sitting right here, and we'll run all the piping, and this thing should move out because it doesn't weigh much for what it is. And this motor, naturally aspirated, I think puts out like 210, so I'm hoping to get 400 out of this once it's boosted, and it has the supporting mods, the fuel system, the injectors, everything that's necessary. Alright guys, I'm gonna rotate this over. I'm gonna brake clean the lower end just to make sure I don't have any debris in there, and then I'm gonna slap the oil pan on it and let that set, and then I'm gonna work on and putting the mounts in the car like I said. Alright, I'll start this back up once I rotate this over. Alright guys, so this is where I ended up leaving off. K motor and the trans, they're mated together. Motor mounts for the brackets are bolted in place. I'm gonna need the mount that attaches to the front cover on the motor. I'm gonna need to go find that on my local yard, because when I purchased this motor it did not come with it, so I'm currently missing that. So that's stopping me from actually mounting the motor and the trans inside the chassis. But I'm happy with the work I did today. I got the timing all set. I got the front cover sealed, the oil pan sealed. Missing a few more stuff like the shifter cables. I'm missing axles. We still need to purchase Honda data to that's the software we're going to be using to get this to run. It is being turboed, so I need to purchase a turbo manifold. I already have the turbo. We're going to run the stock manifold. So my battery is getting low, so I'm not sure where it ended up breaking off. So like I was saying, we still need to purchase the side winder manifold for the turbo, because it is getting turboed. We have a stock intake manifold we're going to be running for now. I'm going to be running the fuel lines 8 AN feed and an 8 AN return to regulator. Not too sure on the injector size we're getting yet, but I at least would like to throw some 1000 cc's on here. We need to purchase a nice fuel rail. This valve cover is going to get powder coated here soon, so it's coming along. If you're liking the content so far, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Any support is welcome. Thank you guys for watching so far. Have a great night.